What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. But in this one, we got the Michigan versus Arkansas State preview. Gonna be going over everything you guys need to know about this matchup, including what to expect, key matchup, key players, bold predictions, and much more as Michigan looks to bounce back after their loss to Texas in week 2. But with that, let's go ahead and get right into it here. So to start out here, this is the first matchup between Michigan and Arkansas State. Arkansas State is also led by head man Butch Jones, who is actually a Michigan native. Arkansas State, they did go 6-7 last year. They made a bowl game. However, they did lose to Northern Illinois, but right now they are 2-0 on the season as they beat Central Arkansas 34-31. Granted, it was on a last-second touchdown throw, but then they did follow it up with a huge second half against Tulsa, beating them 28-24. So they're 2-0 on the season. Obviously, Michigan coming in, they beat Fresno State 30-10, lost to Texas 31-12, and they are now looking to bounce back in a good way. But this is a Michigan team that has been really struggling, especially offensively. So this team should definitely be fired up going into this Arkansas State game. Now, Arkansas State, obviously, you can't look past them. You know, Michigan, they have another big matchup coming up in week 4 against USC as they come to Ann Arbor, and that's going to be a big game for Michigan. They, are going to really need to win that game, especially here early in the season, not wanting to lose 2 games already. But let's go ahead and start with the Michigan offense versus the Arkansas State defense. And I've talked about it before already. Michigan, they need to get back to their blueprint to have success, and that is winning the time of possession, winning the turnover battle, establishing the run game and winning in the trenches, and also, establishing the run game should also lead to success on play action throws, and that's what they need to have to get back to if they want to have success this season. I firmly believe that, and obviously we learned last week that this team cannot play from behind by multiple possessions because this offense is just not built to play behind. So this Arkansas State defense, they held Tulsa to just 2 first downs in the second half. This was a team that was trailing 17-7 at the half, and they turned it around in the second half. And key players defensively for Arkansas State is defensive end Brian Whitehead, hybrid linebacker type of player Justin Parks, and also linebacker transfer from Michigan State and Michigan native Charles Willekes. Now, the biggest issue for Arkansas State is their defensive line and really the interior of their defensive line, because here's the deal. Michigan's going to come into this game and you already know they're going to get back to their roots, get back to that blueprint, and they're going to want to establish the run, and that's exactly what they're going to do, especially against this defensive line. Arkansas State's defensive line, the interior is thin. They do have guys banged up as well, and Michigan, especially late in the game and as the game goes on, they should be able to run the ball against Arkansas State. All right, so real quick here, while we are talking about the Michigan-Arkansas State game, I did want to give a shout out to BetUS, the sponsor of this video and channel throughout the football season. You guys have heard about him before already. Right now the spread is Michigan by 23 points. There's also money line. There's also over under 47.5. I'm actually going to take Michigan covering the spread. I think they're going to have a nice bounce back win against Arkansas State. You can bet $115, win $100, or you can bet like $58 and win $50. Now there's also money line, the over under, which I think right now it's tough to tell whether it's going to be over under. I don't know how Michigan's defense is going to look. They could shut out Arkansas State, but I got Michigan covering the spread. Hopefully they have a nice bounce back win and take care of business before the game against USC in week 4. Now currently right now BetUS is offering a 150% deposit match on your first deposit up to $2,000, and then a 125% deposit match on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go ahead, check them out, betus.com. I would appreciate it, and obviously please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and get right back into it here. So this should be a good game for Michigan's offensive line, the run game, to really get their confidence before going up against what seems to be a very good USC defense this season. Now, against Fresno State, their defensive line was actually pretty good. They had some experienced players, some talented players, so it was obviously a challenge. They picked it up in the fourth quarter there against Texas. They only had 80 rushing yards, so this is the game really to gain confidence there. Now, Davis Warren, I would believe, is still going to be the starter here against Arkansas State. We'll see Alex Orji, I'm sure, get in the game and run some read options. Hopefully the packages are better than they were against Texas. But also Jack Tuttle, he appears to be good to go per Sharon Moore this week, so we could see Jack Tuttle in there at quarterback getting some reps, especially if Davis Warren is not performing well or whatever. But for me, offensively, the quarterback position is not really the major issue. It has been the offensive line, the running game, and the wide receivers especially. They need to step up. There has been nobody so far in the wide receiver room to step up for this offense, and they really need somebody, a couple players really, to step up and make plays. So this is a good chance for this Michigan offense to finally find their rhythm and gain some confidence before the USC game. Now on offense, Arkansas State, they have quarterback returning starter Jalen Rayner. He was the Sun Belt Freshman of the Year. He threw for more than 2,500 yards with 17 touchdowns and 7 interceptions last season as a freshman. Now he did play a little poorly in the first game, missed some throws, but he did bounce back in week 2 and he did make some nice throws. Now he is a big running threat. Against Tulsa, he ran for 73 yards and a touchdown. He also went 21 completions on 32 attempts for 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did throw 1 interception. So this is a guy that's, Michigan's defense is going to have to contain. And this is now the 3rd straight game, really, that this offense is facing a pretty mobile quarterback, as they had to play Mikey Keene of Fresno State and then obviously Quinn Ewers last weekend. And a big key for this Michigan defense is obviously getting pressure on the quarterback. At times it seemed like they were able to get pressure on Quinn Ewers, but he did a phenomenal job of stepping up in the pocket or moving around, and he was just very mobile, and he really got away from the pressure wherever it was coming from to extend the plays. So it's something that Michigan is going to have to fix. The tackling was bad against Texas. It's something they're gonna have to fix there. Texas also really just exposed this Michigan defense. They did a phenomenal job going and moving this Michigan defense sideline to sideline, tiring them out. Whenever Michigan brought out Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, they ran the ball up the middle. When they came back in, they moved the offense sideline to sideline to try and tire them and get them out of the game. So this Michigan defense is going to have to contain Jalen Rayner. Now, Arkansas State also has running back Zach Wallace, who has 40 career rushing touchdowns. So he's an experienced back, a very good running back. And they also have wide receivers Corey Rucker, who I believe did have that game-winning touchdown reception against Central Arkansas in their first game, and other receivers like Courtney Jackson, Regan Ely, Hunter Summers, and Adam Jones, and then tight end Tyler Little. So with all that, that brings me to the keys to this game for Michigan's defense and also offense. Actually, it's 3rd down efficiency. Against Texas went 10 for 16 on 3rd down efficiency, and they were converting on 3rd down in the first half just like every time. I think Michigan only stopped them once in the first half on 3rd down, and offensively Michigan only went 3 for 12. So it's something that both sides really have to improve on. And obviously Michigan's offense, they have to help out their defense. There were just so many mistakes in the Texas game. They lost the turnover battle through 2 interceptions, lost a fumble. Texas had a great field position, 4 drives that they had the ball, if not near their the 50, it was inside the 50-yard line. They had the ball. So really have to fix that. And Michigan's offense has to put together long drives, keep the defense rested and not make turnovers. You can't be playing from behind multiple possessions like they did against Texas, which, hopefully they aren't against Arkansas State. That would not be a good sign. So the keys to the game, Michigan getting back to the running game and dominating in the trenches. They should be able to do that against Arkansas State, establishing the run, getting back to their roots. And then also they can't have any turnovers. Don't give any belief to this Arkansas State team. And really that's how how Arkansas State could potentially have a chance in this one if Michigan's offense is still struggling. They turn over the ball, and Michigan just helps Arkansas State out. But I don't see this one being close. And then for the defense, they got to contain the quarterback, obviously. And for both sides, it's, third down efficiency. The defense has to get down on third downs. The offense has to convert on more third downs. And obviously, it starts with first and second down plays. You can't be going backwards, and you really have to get to third and short. So Michigan did such a good job of last season. Then obviously special teams, Michigan has actually the former Arkansas State player Dominic Zavada going up against his former team. So they know all about him. They know he is a great kicker. But one guy in particular for Michigan is Tommy Doman, the punter. He has to have some better games. He didn't have that great of a game against Texas. One punt did lead to a Texas touchdown on the next drive because it was like, a 20-yard punt. It was not a very good punt, so hopefully he gets it going. I know he played very good last season, so it was really just the simple things against Texas that Michigan has to clean up, and it starts against Arkansas State, so they can be confident going into that game against USC in Week 4. So let me know what you guys think, how you see this game going, and your score predictions for this. And I got Michigan winning with a nice bounce back win, 42-3. But with that, again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com and use promo code YouTube150. I would appreciate it. But other than that, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you're new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.